Yeah,
right.
go for it.
So today is January 23rd. This is Friday evening, right before the winter storm that hits everybody. We wanted to get with y'all and let you guys know out there in Never Never Land what is Dad's health update journey and what is to be expected.
Okay, so this past Wednesday, January 21st, one of my good sons drove he and his mom, he and his mom and myself down to Indy. We left here at 7 in the morning to meet with, first of all, I had to have a PET scan, had a blood draw, and then we hot footed it from that location, same building basically, the Simon Cancer Center near the campus of IUPUI, Indiana University Pre-University, Indianapolis, within a block or two of that cancer center. So I had the PET scan. I don't know if any of y'all have had a PET scan, but when they inject that, it's a sugary substance, they inject it, and you're in the tube, and you get this hot, hot sensation throughout your body, throughout your chest, your gut, down into your abdomen, and even below. And you think, I am going to lose it. And within 15 seconds of the scan, it's gone. And what a relief it is. So then again, we left that area of the hospital, the center, and went over to Dr. Burtis's office. We waited only a short time, and one of his associates, Peyton Miller, came in, and we kind of laughed or joked about her name. And she said, no, she said, I'm not that Peyton. I'm the other Peyton. And obviously Peyton Manning, and her name's Peyton Miller. Delightful, delightful doctor. And she gave us a rundown of what to expect, what the surgery is going to be like, and how long it'll be. And then Doc came in. Dr. Burtis came in, and he gave us some of the same information. And then he drew on a whiteboard. Now, I will say that the chemo reduced the amount of cancer that's in my esophagus marginally. It didn't reduce it near the extent that I had anticipated, but it's still there. The PET scan indicated there's no cancer in the lymph nodes, and it's not spread anywhere else. So it's located, and that I praise God for, that it is located. It's not spread beyond that location. When he drew the diagram, I anticipated he'd have to remove maybe this much of my esophagus. The diagram showed about this much of my esophagus. And then he drew from the esophagus my stomach, what basically a stomach looks like. He erased that, and then divided my stomach into a large part, and then a rather narrow part, which is going to be the stomach I live with the rest of my life. He takes the stomach that he removes, but he uses that to connect my esophagus with the remaining part of my stomach. Now I was somewhat silly and somewhat jovial. I said, so what kind of a Hoover vacuum do you use to get that stuff out? He had a deadpan look on his face, like, you really screwed up. Why would you ask a dumb question like that? But he went ahead and answered it, and I was okay with the answer. He also said, I'm going to have 3 tubes in my side. I'll have a tube that's going to feed me, in my what my stomach will be. So it was really the reality of what the surgery is going to be. I think it hit home. This is not going to be a simple procedure. I'll be in the operating room, Matt, I think he said 5 to 6 hours.
Yep.
Recovery the first day on Saturday, basically a week from tomorrow. I'll be in ICU and then maybe transfer on Sunday to a private individual room. And I'll be there for 6 to 10 days. And he said, if you want to stay longer, just tell me and we can extend it, because I don't want you going home feeling sickly or worried or concerned. So that was kind of relief for us.
Reassuring for me.
Yeah.
Knowing that he's not going to send you home.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kick at the door. Okay, you're done. Get out.
Yeah.
He wants to make sure that you're healed, which is the other thing that I want to highlight that I remember is he said they're going to test your esophagus and the procedure to make sure you're not leaking.
Yeah.
Which he made it really hit home then. You won't get to eat or drink anything for 5 or 6 days until it's healed.
Yeah.
And then only then you'll be taking a sip of water just to test out the healing process, make sure you're not haven't sprung a leak in your esophagus.
Yeah. Now, the surgery on my esophagus is going to remove my valve. We all have a valve to shut off after we've swallowed. That valve shuts down and it keeps the food from coming out. One of the jokes we've had is that I won't be able to go to Cedar Point any longer and ride those rides that are upside down because the food will come out. So I can no longer do handstands or
no back or front flips for you anymore?
No, not anymore.
You just lost all cheerleading qualifications. You're
Exactly.
out off the team.
Exactly. So, though the reality of it is stark. But here's what I want to emphasize. Just yesterday, I had 3 different opportunities and people prayed for your mom and I. Pastor Maury, he prayed beautifully. We had a meeting with our financial advisor who learned of our medical situation, and we went to his office because he just wanted to make sure he covered all of our bases. And you guys, by the way, you're going to have to divide like $100 3 ways. Okay, based on our.
I went to Carnival Canes.
Those are gone. Those are already
I'm out
sold.
then.
I want the clock. That's all I want.
The clock.
Yeah.
Boom,
Okay.
boom, 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 boom.
I mean, it's nearly 100 years old anyways. So
Yes, it is. So a lot of people, and last evening a gal came over and brought a gift for your mom. And before she left, she prayed for us, and it's such a beautiful thing knowing that. And last Sunday, your brother from Turkey came over and he said, I would like to pray for you before I leave, but I want to pray for you in Turkish. I don't know if I told you this, but your brother started praying in Turkish. He had 2 or 3 words come out and he couldn't finish. He hesitated. He took a deep breath. He had 2 or 3 other words. And Carol, his wife, said, Mustafa, do you want me to finish for you? He was choked up, brothers. He was choked up. And it was so touching that both he and I were just snot-nosed and tears coming down. So there are a lot of people praying. Your little brother, the other good son, said he's had a lot of people in Romania praying in Romanian for our situation. And your friend Trey from Austin, Texas, sent you and you sent us that he's praying for us, and we're praying for Trey.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to end kind of with this. I was doing some devotional this morning, and there was a part of the chosen, and it was the disciples sitting with Jesus at the Last Supper, and he said, "There will be some of you who will deny me," and Peter, as only Peter, I will never deny you, Peter, before the rooster crows. That cannot happen. I will never deny you. Now, what I learned from this is that Peter had a conviction that he would never, and he would always be faithful to Jesus. In a sense, and this is the point, in a sense, Peter placed his conviction above Jesus. He placed his own prideful conviction that he would never stumble, never deny, never fall. There's a scripture, I didn't write the reference down, but if anyone thinks that he stands, to take heed lest he falls. And it's a faithfulness. Let me say this right. It is God's faithfulness to us, and not merely our faithfulness to him, that will ultimately keep us. God's faithfulness will keep us. It's not my faithfulness to him, but his to us. God will remain faithful, regardless of the trauma of going through surgery, the recovery. It's going to be, to me, it's going to be brutal. But God also gives grace to help us in our time of need. And I rely on that, as well as knowing that he's faithful. And he's proved himself faithful to us, to our family, many, many times. So I praise God that we're going to get through this. We're going to get through it, difficult as it may be, but it'll be full of grace and God's faithfulness and his love to us. So we can rejoice in that. Good to go? Questions, Matt? Anything that you'd want to add?
Well, I feel good for Mom. You know, I had the chance to talk to her a little bit while you were getting your PET scan, just ask her how she was doing. She's holding up. She seems to be doing all right. So I'm thankful that Mom's holding up through this. I am thankful that you have to start eating 5 smaller meals a day, because that's going to help Mom's attitude quite a bit, eating with you. She won't let you eat alone.
No.
She'll have to eat 5 times a day too. So I'm thankful for that, because you don't want to. You don't
have breakfast, second breakfast, 11sies, lunch, after lunch, pre-dinner, dinner, and after dinner.
Well, he won't be able to eat after dinner anymore, because he'll have to get that food digested before he goes to sleep, so it doesn't come up when he lays down.
So breakfast, second breakfast, 11sies, and lunch, that covers it.
Well, except the food that I have is going to be nutritious fluid for the first 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
First 2 to 3, but for the rest of your life, you're going to have to eat 5 meals a day, 5 smaller meals. So I'm thankful that Mom gets to indulge in 5 meals a day with you.
She'll probably start eating briskets and barbecue, and I'll be there'll be a box hanging over me with
When Matt said the first few weeks you will be boxed up, they'll be running fluids, and I kind of chuckled. I said, well, it brings a whole new meaning to hook a brother up, because I'm hungry. Plug me in, hook me up to that box wine.
Yeah.
And if it tastes anything like the Boost, I won't have to taste it.
Yeah.
Because it won't go through my mouth. It'll just right into my stomach.
I'm just wondering, because you don't get anything to drink or wet your tongue or anything for the first few weeks, what happens to your saliva?
I don't know.
I failed to ask the doctor that day.
I know.
Will you live with constant dry mouth for 2 to 3 weeks?
Oh, I hope not, because that's a miserable feeling. I've had dry mouth throughout most of the chemo treatments. The other thing is,
I suppose that you could, except it creates saliva. You could take a drink and spit it out,
I don't know.
wet your tongue. I failed to ask him. I forgot until
Yeah.
till later.
Yeah. So
Well,
that's
we
where,
know all in all, it's about to be a journey.
Mm.
And I know that next week, as we set to record, it will be just as you head in. And
Yeah.
that will be the new journey, the new
Well,
expectations. So
yeah.
now I want to say this on a positive note. I love you very much. But we'll have to have Mom in that chair for updates in the weeks to come. So I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to that.
Yeah.
But
yeah. By the way, Mom got her hair cut, I think, on Tuesday. On the way home, I said, "Stop and get me something to eat." Okay. Now, it's gonna raise something for you, but she stopped at Bob Evans and brought back a large container of sausage gravy, and there were biscuits with it, brothers.
oh man.
And,
Oh,
and
so what
it-
he's saying is he had sausage, gravy, and biscuits without us.
yeah, I did.
I
What
like
is
the
it?
way you spin that. I like the way
I
you
did.
spin that.
Wow.
And I
He
I
didn't
still
say,
have some left over.
you want to come over for biscuits and gravy? He didn't say that.
No, I'm not going to either.
I'm going to therapy.
Yeah.
I'm not. I
Oh.
You're
can't
gonna
believe
need
it.
it
I can't believe it.
for more reasons, more and more reasons. Especially when people tell you, "You look just like your dad." Oh, I'm going to therapy. I can't handle this.
I'm not
last
going to
thing.
therapy. I'm going to Defiance.
Yes.
No,
That
Yes.
table right there will be my therapy table from here on out.
one last thing. Okay, I got to show you this again.
Yep.
So, yesterday morning, I took my little razor thing and I went over my head, so I don't have the stubble anymore.
Good.
So it's completely, almost 100% bald.
Drew, if there's just one other evidence of proof that you're not truly a rice, is your head.
Yes.
Your head looks good bald. My head does not look good bald, and Dad's definitely does not look good bald.
No, not at all. Oh, bless you, boys. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, we'll
Thank
get this
you.
update
Thank
out
you
there
for
so
letting
that
me-
everybody knows where we're at, what's going on, and I do want to clarify this just for everybody listening. You know, Matt and I do take this very serious. We have each opportunity each week to dialogue with our father about jazz music. It's been a great time, but that also means that we get time during the week to really wrestle with and talk about what's going on. As much as we laugh and joke, this is a family thing for us. This is who we are. This is who we've been for many, many years. It does not lessen by or weaken anything whatsoever about how much we do love and care for our family members. And so as we laugh and joke and poke fun of Dad, this hits us very hard as well. As he goes into this moment, it's our father who's going to be dealing with this. And it's no joking matter. So for everybody that's out there who's going through cancer right now, who's got family members going through it, we are with you in that moment. In all seriousness, we say that we will be praying, and we will be. So kudos and my hats off to everybody who is going through this right now, and for all of the family members who are dealing with all of this. And you know who I'm talking to right now. So let that be known. We treat this serious. But we do get to laugh about many things along the way. It's just the way in which we are. My eyes are dripping. I think somebody's cutting onions in my house. I need my sunglasses on.
Thanks for the update, Dad. I'm sure your listeners and our subscribers are waiting to hear even more. So,
Thank you for allowing me to share this.
This probably be the last update because the next time we record, there won't be much more
Right.
to update.
Nope.
It's just a few days away before we record again.
It's like,
And like Drew said, we'll probably have to have Mom in the chair, or just give some updates along the way.
Yep. Cool.
I'm sure I'll snap a few pictures when we come down to visit. So
good.
yeah.
Should I have my hat on when you come down?
He'll find a way to cover your head for you.
Please?
Just don't leave the pillow over his face too long.
Yeah, I was going to say, just don't pull the blankets up over.
I didn't want to make that joke.
Dutch oven.
Can you
All right.
breathe?
All right.
Love you guys. Bye.
Love you all.